Hey everybody, I just want to share a quick page through of some of these new books that I just got printed from Lulu. I discovered Lulu recently. If you're anything like me, you think at one point that you have way too many books and that you're just going to convert to PDFs. And so I started amassing a whole mess of PDFs and just read them on my Kindle or on my PC. But if you're also anything like me, at some point after that, you think to yourself, I miss the feel of physical books. And so for a while, I was printing them out, and I've gone through three printers now, I think. My wife might say four. She's probably correct. And I thought I'd give my printers a break and looked into sending some stuff out to Lulu. And I am, I've been constantly impressed by the quality of the product. And it's fairly fast considering, they're printing it to order. I get my orders in about a week's time usually, and it's always exciting when I get that big box in. So this one is Errant, uh, RPG by Ava Islam, with a bunch of really cool interior art. And shout out to Hodag RPG, who is one of my favorite uh, OSR artists, and a really cool guy to talk to boot. And I picked for this one. This is the number 80 paper, and it's heavier stock. There's three different kinds of paper you can get for most books. There's a cream one, which is I guess 60 weight. I've ordered some in that weight, but I haven't gotten those in yet. So I'll let you know how that is. And there's also a 60 matte, which is what you would expect from most print-on-demand paper. It's feels papery. This one is thicker. It's a little bit more, not much more, but a little bit more. But if you like writing things in your modules and your books, you'll probably want the matte because this one, because of the coating on this, that's what it is. It's coated. Because of the coating on this, it might not be as conducive to handwriting, and also the book gets significantly heavier. And that's the case. So that's Errant, and it's a super cool rule set actually with a ton of random tables for people who play solo extensively, which is up till recently was all I was doing. It's a great book for solo RPGers. I've also gotten obsessed with reading Mega Dungeons, and this one is one of the more popular ones that I've seen out there. There are physical copies of this available, but sometimes it's hard to get a hold of, and I already purchased the PDF. So I thought, why not send it over? And generally speaking, the quality is great, and I think it's actually in a bigger format than that's the other book. That's the other thing too, is you can if you change the size of your PDF, you can print it pretty much however big or small you want it. So I've had a lot of things that were, let's say, in a 7 by 10 format that I shrunk down to digest form, and it's still legible. I mean, yeah, it's still easy for me to read. One of the drawbacks of the Lulu process is if you're not careful, you see there, some of the text ends up in the gutter. I am not an expert on this stuff yet, but I'm sure if you format it properly, you won't have that issue. But for the price I paid for it, I'm still pretty happy with it. So that is one of the few pitfalls of printing with Lulu. Sometimes the formatting is a little off. I also I have a copy of Unfathomable, Complete Unfathomable, where some of the fonts don't transfer correctly. So you'll be missing letters in some of the sentences, which was a pain. And it was that was one of my earliest prints, and I've since figured out how to fix that. It's a pretty arduous process, but not arduous, but it just you have to take a few extra steps when you get that error. when you're trying to import your file. But so now I have a nice copy of Unfathomable, which I'll probably show you guys at some point. And I have Barrow Maze complete. And here's another one that like illustrations are great. And this is still on coated paper. And it's really fun to page through. And they make for nice they look nice on the shelf. And if you see this cover, you notice that the text doesn't come out. Sometimes when you import the images, well, I use Adobe Acrobat. Sometimes when you import the image, it'll import just the image of the cover and not sometimes the text. And at first I was a little irritated about it, and I was creating, I was either typing the name of the book out or having to copy and paste the images and the cover as an image to import into Lulu. But then I realized, you know what? I like the full size image without any of the cover elements, and I just type a little thing on the side there that says what it is, and I'm good to go. Again, your mileage may vary. You may want an exact replica of the cover, but as far as I'm concerned, this copy is strictly for me, and I'm happy with it. There you go. So yeah, I'm not affiliated with Lulu at all, although they have quite a bit of my money now. And I just want to let you guys know it's a great place to send your books out to print. Have a good one.